So one role that inspired me was the playing Curtis Blow in the New Edition story, because it was a full circle moment where New Edition is one of my favorite groups, and that was one of the first concerts I went to as a kid. So to be a part of that story, and then to play an iconic role of Curtis Blow, which I first kind of was introduced to him in Crush Groove. So just to be able to do that project, and to it was a labor of love. So I simply was one of the best projects I've ever worked on, just because of what it meant to me growing up, and then just being able to tell Black men's story in a way that wasn't this detrimental to them, but they got a chance to tell their own story. And then the other role would, of course, is portraying Eddie Murphy, because he's the reason I became an actor, comedian, and went from something, an idea I had, to wanting to portray him, to actually booking a role to actually portray him on TV. So was definitely another full circle moment, but just definitely a blessing in my career to have that. And I'm like, if I don't book any more roles, I'm happy. I fulfilled one of my dreams was to portray Eddie Murphy. So that's it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
You know, it's it and I get when actors are like, that's like asking you to choose which one is your favorite child. And I get that now, because I feel like every role that I've had has played a significant part in my life, be it my first series regular role that I booked, Grandfather, starring John Stamos and Paget Brewster, Christina Milian, Josh Peck, Ravi Patel. Like, it was my first one, and I was introduced to Dan Fogelman. And in that meeting with Dan Fogelman, I was then able to be on pitch, where I got to meet some amazing people on that show. And then there have been other shows, pilots that I've booked that haven't gotten picked up, but I've been able to form relationships there.